The University of Missouri St. Louis is this community's gateway for greatness. We educate outstanding students who become successful alumni. The foundation of those efforts is our exceptional faculty. They excel in the classroom, laboratory, studio, and in the community, and that's what really sets our university apart from others. Our faculty have a commitment to superior teaching, research, and service. Here are 3 examples of UMSL faculty who fulfill that mission and fulfill it superbly.
My name is Jean-Germain Wu. I'm an associate professor of political science and public policy administration and a fellow at the Center for International Studies. So, communism. My area is basically the third world, dealing with issues such as development, poverty, democratization, public administration, and so on.
We've been very lucky to have a faculty that are not only interested in doing research, but in sharing that research with students. It's obvious to me he cares about students, enjoys teaching.
I see teaching as an important part of what I do, and therefore in the classroom I always try to make sure that whatever it is that I'm teaching, that the students get it.
He's extremely fascinating in my opinion. He really knows how to gauge a classroom and grasp their interests.
I spend at least 2 hours before every lecture going over my notes, thinking about what I'm going to say. And sometimes I even find myself, practicing out loud.
What's interesting about his teaching is it ranges from very small graduate seminars in a field like public administration and public health policy to a very large undergraduate introductory course in comparative politics, which again speaks, I think, to just how eclectic and interesting a professor he is.
Hands down, he's been my favorite professor at UMSL, even though his class was probably the hardest I've had within the political science department.
The ultimate satisfaction is when you run into a student some years later who come and tell you, I really enjoyed your class. That for me is the satisfaction of knowing that you had an impact on an individual.
I am Mary Lassity, and I am Professor of Information Systems at the University of Missouri St. Louis.
She has a reputation as being one of the top researchers in outsourcing in the entire United States.
When we started studying outsourcing back in 1989, it was a very small market. It was about a $3 billion market worldwide. Today, it is $500 billion market. So my co-authors and I have studied all kinds of outsourcing from the largest global companies, a company like DuPont. And then last year, we became very interested in this idea of entrepreneurs building information technology capabilities in rural America. Interviewing the chief executive officers. Our research on rural outsourcing has actually gained a lot of media attention. We've been interviewed by people like from Fortune Magazine, CNN, PBS, because of course what's the biggest issue facing the American economy right now is the creation of jobs. To be able to have the opportunity to study them and disseminate what's happening is where we really feel like we're hopefully contributing something to our society.
She enhances our brand. She demonstrates the type of research that we do. She goes to a lot of conferences, she makes a lot of presentations, and she has University of Missouri St. Louis College of Business right by her name.
Mary does her homework, the research that she does. She gets her hands dirty and gets real information, so it goes very far away from the theoretical and into the realities and the practical. And so she's able to deliver a high level of practical knowledge to her students.
Mary is world-class. She's world-class in her research record. She's world-class in how she teaches. She's a gem to have on this campus.
I'm Marvin Berkowitz. I teach in the College of Education at the University of Missouri St. Louis.
Dr. Berkowitz's influence is felt throughout the country. In fact, even in foreign countries, he's been invited to come and lecture on character education. And he has had a tremendous impact everywhere he goes because he's so knowledgeable on this subject.
What we do is try to bring our professional expertise to help schools, to figure out how can they effectively improve the way they function so they can support kids' whole development, their character, morality, citizenship, as well as their academics.
Without someone like Dr. Berkowitz coming in and working with us, I don't think that we would have had the empowerment to be able to create the environments, the learning environments we are for our children. We went from a school that was struggling to a school that was nationally recognized as a Blue Ribbon school. So both on how we treat each other, how we care about each other, our school culture has been transformed, and that has led to students who are demonstrating greater competence in their academics.
We have 9 national schools of character in St. Louis, more than any other place in the world. It's not an accident and it's not a game. It's because we've invested so much between our center and my community partner, Character Plus. Now we're reaching fruition and we're seeing marvelous schools cropping up all over the place. That's quite a contribution to a community.
I believe by the University of Missouri St. Louis having such a program is immeasurable. It's such a resource for not only St. Louis public schools, but all the schools in all the school districts in this region.
Marvin Berkowitz is one of my favorite people, not only because he's one of the foremost experts in the nation on character education, but he's just a very fine, high character individual.
This is a way I can really make a difference because I am making better people.
The University of Missouri St. Louis is grateful for all the support it receives, and we greatly appreciate all of our supporters. We are proud of our faculty, staff, alumni, and students who help make this fantastic institution our community's gateway for greatness.